So the Indiana Fever are playing the Atlanta Dream in about, I don't know, maybe an hour and a half by the time this video comes out. It's an early game. An early game. Like sometimes I don't even have videos uploaded by the time this game is going to start. But that being said, this is a big game. This is a really, really big game. And this is one where you're like, look, the Indiana Fever have to win. If they don't, we start to ask questions. Like we saw what the Toronto Tempo did to the Connecticut Sun. Like I know they won in a miracle win. Shout out Maria Conde, Kemi, and Marina Mabry. But like they were terrible. They were absolutely terrible. I cannot stress that enough. Like, and the Fever being Toronto, Chicago, the 4-10 Chicago Sky, and the Shakira Alston-less Mystics. Like, Fever have two really good wins on the year. The Valks was a really big win. Credit where credit due. The Valks was a big win, and the Dream. But tonight will show whether or not, especially early season, we have the Fever in contender status. Because if you look at the Fever schedule, like the Fever then go back-to-back against Phoenix. And the Mercury, as shit as the Mercury have been, they're like, you just expect the Mercury to want to win this game. And the Phoenix Mercury are just, they can't be this bad. They just can't be this bad. There's no way. Like, they beat the Aces by 30 at the start of the year. They can't continue to be as bad as they are. And, like, the Phoenix Mercury are playing against the Storm tonight, so they're going to get a win here tonight. But if you look at how the Mercury have been playing, like, the amount of games where I'm like, they should win. Like, overtime loss. They were dead, or they were neck and neck with the Aces most of the game. They were neck and neck with the Valks most of the game. They were neck and neck both games, the Liberties most of the game, and lost. They choked against the Dream. Like, you're looking at a team where it's like, they're just lack of confidence. If they're losing games, that it should be okay. And the Mercury also are probably like, look, we play Seattle, Indiana, Toronto, Seattle. Like, if we rack off 5 wins in a row, or Seattle, Chicago, Indiana, like, there's not one top 3 team they're playing. And yes, I understand they're playing Vegas, Minnesota, but then it's Connecticut, Los Angeles. Like, they have a really good run of it. And they might be saying, look, fuck it. We can rattle off a 5-game win streak. Especially because Kalia Copper remember how to play basketball. So the Indiana Fever, this is a big win because suddenly you go 9-7. And if you go 9-7, it looks very, very different than being 10-6. It just does. You get your double-digit win. Your double-figure wins. You need the 15 teams in the playoffs. So you're going to need to be 500 to be in the playoffs. It's as simple as that. And I'm going to be honest. The Fever have not played the Lynx. The Fever have not played the Aces. The Fever have played the Liberty once. The big thing is that the Fever have played the Dream 3 times. So you have played against, like, what I would say the, like, if you look at, again, how teams are playing, the quote-unquote top teams. Like, if you look at the top teams right now in the WNBA, the Fever have had a bit of a rough one in terms of maybe their start's been too easy. But if you look at the Aces have played the Wings twice, the Valks twice, the Dream, and the Lynx. The Dream have played the Aces, the Lynx twice, the Liberty, I don't know if they played the Valks. They've played the Wings twice, and they played the Fever 3 times. So the Dream are 10-4, and most of their games have been against playoff teams. Like, if you look at Indy's wins, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like, 7 of their 9 wins have come against teams below them. Like, they did beat the Valks and they beat the Dream once. So, like, if they lose this game, What are the Indiana Fever's record against teams above them? 0-1, 1-2, 1-3, 2-4. And if they lose today, their record is 2-5 against teams above them. And we're not expecting the Indiana Fever to be a top 4 seed in the regular season and get home court advantage in the playoffs. So I'm like, we're not expecting that. So the way for me we have to look at it, it's like, look, this is a must-win game. This is a must win game. No matter what anyone says, like the Indiana Fever, if they don't win this game, we start to question everything again. And look, I'm hoping the Indiana Fever don't come out with some bullshit. I'm hoping that they don't come out with a we're gonna go and let them put Caitlin on an island tactic, or you know what, we'll live with Caitlin, like them going on an island on Caitlin because she's actually not that bad in isolation defender, and in general she's not that bad. I don't think she did a good job against Atlanta in the last game, because she was trying not to foul. But my biggest problem with them leaving Caitlin Clark on an island is that, like, I'm being very real. If there's no help defense and you've got a mediocre at best perimeter defender, they're going to foul. They're either giving up layups or they're going to foul. So, like, I don't know. But this one is a big one. This one is a really, really big one here. And yeah, it's a really, really tough one because, like, look, either one of Caitlin or Kelsey has to go off for 30. Like, that's just the level the Fever are playing at right now, is that, like, if one of their big two, and I'm calling it a big two because I don't really know what Aaliyah Boston's been doing this year. She's been okay. She's been shooting the 3 better. But, like, they never win a game because of Aaliyah Boston. Like, Aaliyah Boston is very rarely their best player in a win. It's normally always, is it Caitlin Clark? Which of Caitlin Clark or Kelsey Mitchell has been the best player today? More often than not in wins. You know what? I'll say this. In wins, you could argue that it's been Kelsey Mitchell a lot. The problem is that Kelsey Mitchell has been a major factor in a lot of their losses. I think we can be real here. She's been a major factor in quite a lot of the losses for, a negative factor in quite a lot of their losses for the Indiana Fever. But yeah, look, it is what it is. And they need to win this. They just do. Like, this is a must-win game. And this is as much of a must-win game early on in the season as possible because, again, look, I know the Mercury have been bad. But, like, I think we all understand the Mercury are not tanking. Matt Ishbia does not believe in tanking. They will fight till the end. And roster for roster, like, they have equally as good a roster as Indiana. Like, when Value Yai figures it out, when I don't know what's going on with Yo-Yo Nogic, but I just have this really bad feeling the Fever are going to get swept by the Mercury in Indiana. So, like, this one is a key game. This one is a really key game. And I don't really, I understand why people be like, oh, this doesn't really mean much. But for me, this is a lot bigger than people think.